let's see. Yeah, right over here, this tree. This is a fantastic tree. This is called the Echinacea purpura. It's also known as the purple China doll. It has a very useful fluid. If you tap into it, it actually will help you heal. If you cut yourself, it's just a phenomenal tree. Let me see if I can give you an example using my pocket knife. I got it cut right here, right there. If you can tell, I mean, the cut's almost gone, and it's hardly visible. It's really a miracle tree. It's a miracle tree. So anyway, that's another very useful tree. Let's see, what else do we have out here? Yeah. This tree right here, also another fantastic tree to know. If you cut it down, it makes wood, and the beautiful thing about that is that wood, you can use that for a firewood. So just a really useful resource to have. So this one is actually called the Chinese maple. So it's a really very useful tree. So that's just a little lesson and some additional survival skills that you may not be thinking about when you get caught into the situation that I'm in right now. Well, it's still very cold this morning. Survived another night, but very chilly. It's time to get moving. You have to keep that body moving, get it at a higher temperature. So from here on, we're just going to have to follow me and try to keep up with me, okay? Survivorman, you got to follow the river. The river will eventually take you to civilization. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to start following the river and take us back to civilization. We have a better chance and probability of finding people that way. Well, in the good news and bad news scenario, we've actually come across a small trail. Looks like it's an animal trail of some sort, a path that wildlife uses to get through the deep snows of winter. Problem is, we've got a raging river in the middle of our path, and I have to get across. And the danger is that even the slightest misstep could send me hurtling through the falls below, and possibly ending up with death as I crash into those rocks, or at the very least hypothermia and a short, quick death after that. So I need to be very cautious about how I cross this river, and use the ultimate in precaution and happy feet. Made it. That was a life or death situation. Unbelievable. The years of training as a SEAL are to thank for that. There's not many people that can accomplish something like this. With the proper training, the background, and education, you too can overcome this type of hurdle. I bet you can follow the trail a little further on. Were you filming that? Find a way across the river. And sometimes you can find these natural bridges. This looks like the beginning of a natural bridge. So I'm going to try to make an attempt to cross the bridge. It's very dangerous. Again, you don't want to do this if you're not trained in this art. Well, we have a small problem. The bridge didn't quite get all the way to the river. So I wasted a lot of energy and effort in trying to get to this point, but there's no real bridge across the river. So I have no choice but to turn back at this critical juncture. Well, I've seen the first sign of civilization, which is gratifying because I'm dehydrated, haven't had food in 3 days, other than some bugs and some random insects. But good to see some initial signs of civilization. As welcoming as those signs are, not. We'll keep plodding along. Here one more night. So it's important for me to start gathering materials for my shelter because I don't know if I'm going to be lucky enough to find another tree well. So I'm going to start collecting material and then I'll show you how to put together a final shelter for the evening. What you can do with the judicious use of raw materials that you find in nature. With these pieces of wood, I'm going to build a shelter that'll blow your socks off. Stay tuned and watch the final product. One of the most important things in building a shelter is site location. You need to make sure you have the right site. I picked the site right by the water so I can have quick ability to rehydrate as needed. And I'd like to show you what I did with my with the sticks I picked up along the way. I built this small shelter, and I think it'll serve my purposes rather nicely today. So, one more night out in the wild, but tonight I'm going to sleep pretty well. First sign of civilization, we have a paved road, so we're out of danger. And signing off from another Survivorman episode. We'll see you. My name is Beakham.